Why networking is alpha omega for an entrepreneur, for a business owner. In this video, I'm going to explain why. Because it's all about people. Okay? You are in business in order to solve problems. When you solve problems, you get paid because people want their problems solved. We're goal-oriented beings, and without solving problems, there's no purpose to life. Okay? So if you want to think big, you're an entrepreneur. Because then you want to solve a lot of people's problems instead of just your own problems. The more selfish you are, the more you're just going to think about yourself in your little cocoon. But the more unselfish you are, the more you're going to think about taking over the world in order for you to bless the lives of mankind. That's how it works. Now, there are some people that are uneducatedly selfish and want to change the world, but just for themselves, right? So that's a different story and not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the good people that are watching this video that want to make the world a better place and that I want to change humankind for the better so that we can move towards a more harmonious and loving and kind world. That's what we're all about. The alpha omega of building a business is talking to people, because if you don't talk to people, it's not gonna work. Simply put, even if you're a software developer, you might think that, oh, I'm gonna create this massive business and I'm gonna code something, yada, 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 and then you do that for 12 hours every day and you're building this software, whether it's an app or a website or whatever it is. Yes, if there's ads on the other side, there could be some money, okay? But that means that you're relying on some other people that are doing something else on that side, and that thing is never gonna scale beyond maybe, $1 million a year. Now, some people would say that that's amazing, okay? And if that's you, that's fine. But if you want to create something huge, eventually you're going to have to get good at talking to people. The highest paid skill is one-on-one, is being able to inform someone that you're talking to in front of you and help them see how the thing you have to offer can create a win-win situation that will bless the lives of both of you. Now, if you are getting really good at that, you can eventually talk to the most powerful people in the world. And if you do manage to talk to them, right, and get to them somehow, you will be able to transform huge things for them and for you. Because why would they be giving your attention if you're not bringing anything valuable to the table? Because these people know what they're doing, they're educated, and they're not going to waste their time. So if you get really good at it, you've now figured out how to change the world massively on a grand scale towards making it a better place. So that's the skill we got to develop, right? Well, if you're going to get that skill, that means you have to talk to lots and lots and lots of people. So in what ways do you talk to lots and lots of people in business? Well, I got 3 ways to share with you right now. One is to do the market research when it comes to talking to people that have more experience than you in the specific field that you're in. This is a great way. Coaches and mentors and people that have been in the space before you that understand that space and that field and that industry, try to get as much time with them as possible and talk to a lot of them so that you can get insight into the industry. And so when you talk to the next person, you know a little bit more. When you talk to the next person, you know a little bit more. And then eventually you'll be the one that knows the most about that industry because you've talked to everyone about it. And that's the powerful position you want to put yourself in when you're talking to people like that. Next is talking to potential customers. Just talking to every single person that you can, right? Alex Hormozi talks about that the most important person that you have in your business are the people that are using your product and that you should spend time with them. People that are like at the front lines buying from you, they're the ones that will tell you the feedback that you need to know in order for you to create an even better product or service to bless the lives of even more people so that you can 10x, 100x, and 1000x your business. That's what you need to do. And until they become clients of yours, they're just potential clients of yours. And that's why you need to talk to lots and lots of those people. Now, some people would say, well, you should talk to 100 or 1,000 people. Bro, you need to talk to tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people. That's what great entrepreneurs have done and are continuously doing. You can't really be an amazing entrepreneur unless you like people and actually are curious and want to talk to them and actually solve their problem. Unless you're like a maniac. There are some business owners out there that are maniacs, but At the same time, they're not, though. They're just ignorant about how the world works, and they sincerely are believing that what they're doing is the right thing for the planet, okay? So just understand that all billionaires think that they are good people. Some people are just, there are some billionaires that are just completely ignorant about how the world works, and they're messing things up. And then you've got other billionaires that are actually trying to help. And now who's who in that? Well, who knows, right? We'll find out in, a few years' time, a few decades' time, or in the next life. We'll figure it out. It's going to become obvious eventually. Now, you're talking to coaches, mentors, people that are in your industry. You're talking to people, potential clients, and you're talking to thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of them over time. Lastly, which is also an extremely important part, is investors and business partners. You need to talk to a lot of people in order for you to know and be very careful about who you select to be investors or partners with you in your business, because you're basically married to them now until one of them sells, which is very difficult to do if you have a successful business. So make sure that you pick the right people for that. And the only way to pick the right people is to talk to a lot of people, because then you understand what is good and what's bad and who has red flags and who's a green flag. And that's how that works. So if you understand, dang, that's a lot of people I need to talk to. I don't know if I can do that. Great, fantastic. But you need to. If you want to actually build a massive success and a massive conglomerate in the future, you can't do it without people. And that's why networking is so crucial and so important on your journey towards building a business. Now, there is something called the Rule of 100. It's from Alex Hormoz's book, and he puts that on his, he's made seminars, he's put that on his YouTube, he's got it in his books, okay? And the Rule of 100 states that when you start a business, this is how it works. There's no one else there's no money to invest. Like, this is where you start, and you've got to do this. And there's no escape from it. Number one is to do 100 warm outreach. Well, guess what? In the beginning, you don't have warm outreach. So the second one, which is the first one, is 100 cold. There's a quote that one of my clients came up with, I guess, unless he heard it from someone else, but he said, cold is gold. And I'm like, bro, that is the most awesome saying I've ever heard, most probably in the past few years. Cold is gold. It is. If you do 100 of them every single day. And so you've got 100 outreach to cold, and then 100 outreach to warm, and you'll eventually get warm because you do a lot of cold, right? So now you got 200 outreach per day. That's the magic number of what you can achieve every single day if you're full-time in your business. If you're part-time in your business, then it's pretty much 20 to 50 that you can manage to fit in. If you're really ambitious, you'll do 100 until you can manage to replace your full-time job. And that's what's recommended by the biggest business owners out there. Don't take it lightly. It needs to get done. Having said that, the next one is 100 minutes of doing content, which means that's the marketing part of it, which is putting out videos, reels, whatever that you see me doing on a continuous basis, because you are building a personal brand. And the last one is one that's not as important in the beginning, but will become more important once you start making money, because you can't continuously for years and years and years just do 200 DMs every day. And you won't have to. If you actually just do that for a year, you'll get really, really good at it. And that will scale into you replacing yourself or teaching others how to do it, and they'll multiply you, and suddenly you're making millions of dollars. Okay, that's how it works. I never did that, and that's why I don't have millions of dollars. So the moment I actually do that, things completely and utterly change in my business, and we're in the process right now. So having said that, it's $100 every single day on paid ads. So this is his magic rule of 100 that Alex Hormozi came out with. I totally agree with that framework. And if you have a business, that's what you need to do. That's how it works. Don't try to escape it. The only way to build a big business is networking and talking to lots and lots and lots of people. And you will find the people that you're looking for if you do it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like. I'll see you in the next one.